your TV sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
Now we're talking. That's what it feels like to be back home at the America First Warehouse, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, and 103.9 LI News Radio, linewsradio.com. Welcome back to the program on a Friday night. Dish Network, Channel 219, Pluto TV, Channel 240, Samsung TV Plus, 1175. We're also on the Roku channel and Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, Select TV 106, and of course, even if you're in the audience, jump on your devices, follow us, like and share the show, whether it's on Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Kick, Getter, or Instagram. Like and share. Let's get the rest of the country in on what we got going on here. Live from Studio 6B, again from the America First Warehouse. Welcoming you guys back. We appreciate it. Thank you so much for Joe the Box and everybody here for hosting us on a Friday night. And I don't know if you guys caught what was going on in Bethpage today. Ooh. Kind of a big deal, I think. I've heard about it. Let's go to that right now. Here's what happened earlier today in Bethpage, New York, at a golf course or something out there. I think it's called the Black Course. I don't know what it's called. Check this out on your screens. Very, very incredible moment. Of course, New York City firefighter Brian Robinson was the man singing the national anthem today at the Ryder Cup, where of course it's happening right here, Bethpage, New York, Long Island. So great job by him. Great job by everybody there. Of course, it kind of gave me shades of, with the flyover, gave me shades of Alaska when a certain Russian president was visiting. Kind of makes you, it takes you back to that, right?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, man. I mean, how do you not feel proud to be an American with this president? I mean, every event, everything that happens, he is there with a patriotic message. And, you know, just God bless him, man. I love it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the media will keep... Right, then. That's it. Meanwhile, the media keeps telling us he's an evil dictator, and Hochul's getting booed. Right? I mean, everywhere you go, the court of public opinion is clear. They can't lie to us anymore. So good work for the people.
Yeah, exactly. And as a matter of fact, also we had as soon as he showed up, there was a moment where he came out, and the crowd just exploded when they saw him. Let's go to that cut right now. Here, check it out on your screens, where the president comes in, and it breaks out in the chant.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of stuff the left would love to have, but they can't seem to manufacture it because nobody likes anybody on their side.
Look at Hochul. She got some rounding applause the other day, right?
Kathy Hochul gets booed. Kamala Harris gets laughed at.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump shows up anywhere, and crowds break out into his name, Paul.
Yeah, my brother was there today. He was working it as one of the marshals, and so was my buddy John. My brother was on the other side of the court in one of the hospitality tents, and it was a huge tent. And by the way, if you haven't seen Bethpage over there, it's a logistical masterpiece. It's just incredible. But the tent was enormous, and he said it was bedlam when he came on the TV. Like everybody, you know, maybe there's a handful of people sucking their thumb and sulking. he's a dictator, you know. But that's great. It's exciting.
Yeah, exactly. Especially because, again, Trump is in the culture part, right? Because that's always been the knock against the GOP, the Republicans. Oh, you know, they're so buttoned up and, you know, wearing ties all the time. They don't know how to have fun. They don't understand they don't understand the people.
Yeah, man.
This guy is one of the people, and that's what they can't seem to wrap their heads around because he can talk to everybody. He's a billionaire who can sit down and probably, you know, dish back and forth with anybody he runs into on an even plane, right, Kev?
And he's hilarious.
Yeah,
very funny.
I've never seen such a funny president.
Yeah.
I mean,
or politician, right?
Or politician, yeah, a couple of them. But he might. All right, George Bush was a little funny once in a while, but he never really got it on camera. When he and Cheney were calling someone from the Times a bahookie hole, let's go with that. And that was always fun. Yeah. But he's every guy from Queens. He's busting balls, he's having fun, and people, they don't get that. Yeah. And I think it's hilarious.
Yeah, you're right. And it's because, I guess, where he's from. A lot of that comes, culture is from where he's from. Because, Paul, you're doing this kind of stuff now. Where you're on the job site, you're doing stuff, you're ripping things apart, right?
Yeah, if you don't have a PhD in ball busting, you might as well just not open your mouth.
Right.
You could say, like, does anyone want coffee? Or you see the paper. Other than that, just keep your head down if you don't know how to ball bust back. Because it's all it is all day long.
Yeah, and again, he comes from the culture. So that's, again, when you talk about the left and their problems, right? What do we see constantly? What was a big thing a few months ago? We got to find our own Joe Rogan. We got to find our own this. It's like they don't have anybody, so they have to make it up, which shows you just how disingenuous they really are, right?
Oh, yeah.
And slick guys, they had Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
They had him.
They had a lot of these people. They're just coming to their senses.
They had Elon Musk.
Yeah.
They had Tulsi. They had RFK.
Hey, now
they had an all-star team.
Now they can keep
KDJ.
Yeah,
right?
And me too, yeah.
Think about that.
Now they have men who menstruate. Those guys are a bucket of laughs. Ever hang out with a couple of those? How you doing, Dylan? Oh, my fake period.
And for my next
Don't judge me.
Yeah, and then they're constantly, again, attacking what seems to be normal stuff. Whether it be men and women's sports, which again continues to. I don't see how they don't understand this. You lost. Walk away from this one. Take the L, and just try and think of something else.
I think I know why they can't, because half the reason they push that stuff is to tell them to say you are intellectually and morally superior to those horrible MAGA types, but it's all fake. Men don't have babies.
No.
But they have to say they do because they have to be better than us. That's the worst thing to them. What? I'm not as smart. Oh, my God, I'm the bad guy? That's how they pushed it. I was a lib when I lived in New York City. You either follow all the rules or you're out. If you follow the rules, you're a good person. You're one of us. And I just sort of lost it when they said, well, you should date a trans woman, KDJ. And I said, is that like a dude with a wiener? And they're like, yeah. Well, it's a woman with a wiener. I said, no, there's no such thing. There's no such thing. And I split.
Yeah, you really worked on that definition there, didn't you, for a while? I'm very impressed with that.
Thank you, Oscar
the
Mayer.
Scientific.
Do they take Tylenol? I'd like to know. That's something.
Now, was it the wide back that gave it out first, like the wide shoulders and the?
It was the scrotum. That really.
So you got past the other parts.
Yeah, it was.
He did.
It was wearing a jumpsuit, and I was afraid it was going to jump me.
Oh,
not a Friday night goes by that Kevin doesn't bring scrotum into the conversation.
Always.
I'm really getting worried about
mental
him.
note: scrotum is the word of the night.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, I'd like to buy scrotum for $500, Bob.
We could change it to beanbag if you boys would rather do that.
Come up with something.
I've got a couple words.
We don't want to be canceled.
Well, we'll discuss that during the break. We'll figure out what else we can
That's true.
possibly go with. I don't want to talk about that or chesticles or any of those things. Anyhow, what about again? You talk about Trump, whether it be the culture part, and then he weaves it seamlessly into politics and policy, which I think is probably his strongest strength.
Yeah.
Because he can just kind of go right in and out, and he and again, it's the way he presents it that you go, yeah, you're kind of right. Even the left has to admit, yeah, he's kind of right, but we can't tell him he's right.
He understands the culture. That's the thing. He actually understands the culture of what regular people go through, even though he's, a billionaire. He's been out in the public eye. He's a builder. I remember meeting Donald Trump when I first started working in 1984. Yeah, thank you. I'm going to let me drop that name, okay? Donald Trump. But I would go to Trump Tower. That's where my clients were. And he'd be in there, and he's talking to the elevator guy. I saw him in restaurants. He's like, hey, who are you? You know, he's just in touch, just as simple as that.
Right.
He just loves people, and he's in touch. That's the difference. They're just not in touch. They're in touch with data and stats.
Right.
So, and by the way, poll just came out. Favorable rating for the Democrats, the lowest since 2008. 30% unfavorable rating.
And how is it that high?
And 54%
It's still got to be a
unfavorable.
fixed poll.
30% favorable rating, 54% unfavorable, which is just staggering because they're usually up in the mid-40s, if not 50s.
Right. And what's interesting about the number is the date you mentioned, 2008. Who got elected in 2008?
Yeah.
Babalu.
Yeah.
Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That they had that low of approval rating and he still got elected?
Yeah.
Shiver me timbers.
he was
Maybe
the
something
start-
was up back then.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
He was the beginning of all the nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
It all started
it
with
was.
this
The
guy.
most divisive president ever.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got sports we're going to do tonight. Slick Rick has got that. Slick, how was your day?
Good day today. Busy watching the Ryder Cup. I wish the president would have did a twosome with his granddaughter. She would have been good. Those
Was
two
she
would have been
there?
fantastic.
I thought I
yeah,
saw
Kai
that.
was there.
Yeah, she was.
I think they needed to play for the U.S. today. Well, maybe we'll come back stronger tomorrow, though. That would have been good.
All right, very good. So we'll get an update from Slick Rick with sports coming up in the next segment. Vinny, how was your day, my friend?
My day was excellent. I did not watch the Ryder Cup. I was watching the men's bocce championships. That was big, huge. Anybody else see the men's bocce championship?
Yeah.
We were talking about the men's bocce championships. And see it. Oh man, so exciting.
Yeah.
You know, so exciting. Men drinking wine, big bellies, and just
Really?
rolling that ball over. And
Did you do anything that guys watch?
it's no. I did not watch any of that. I was decompressing, as you know. I do that on a regular basis.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kevin Downey Jr. is here. I don't know if you know this by now. He does have a radio show,
Yeah.
103.9
Yes.
LI News Radio. How are you, my friend?
He's new to the airwaves.
This rumor is true. I'm good. Thank you, Rick. Had a good day. I'll tell you, the Charlie Kirk news, it was horrific, but my God, what a week we had roaring back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? There's so many good stories that we're probably not going to get to them all, but I'm going to keep reading them because they're just as funny the second time over.
All right, very good. So we'll do some news and stuff with Kevin Downey Jr., with Vinnie Mac, and of course, Paul Nolan is here. Paul, how are you?
I am well, my friend. Let's go to commercial break.
Yeah. How you doing?
You don't want to talk? All right, very good. So we'll take our first break of the evening. Again, thank you to everybody that came out on this Friday night at the America First Warehouse. We are broadcasting live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, on a Friday night. We got a lot of stuff on tap. We'll be back. We'll be back. Stay there.
How you doing? All right, let's see what's going on out in social media here.
Chat live in the chat.
What's going on, YouTubers?
I'm checking out X and Facebook tonight, just so you know. I'm trying to double
and I'm going to do
down.
X and the YouTube.
I did not know that.
And
That
the
is weird,
YouTuber.
wacky stuff there, Paul. Weird, wacky.
How weird is it?
It's
It's so weird, it's wacky.
it's wacky. Scott Edwards, man, what's happening out there?
All
Good to
right,
see Ricky
Rumble, live in the Rumble chats.
Yeah.
The Twixers are in there as well, Twitter X. Charles Barkley Shorts. I love that guy.
Charles Barkley Shorts. That's his name?
Yeah, 417. Raiders, 45-58. Kit Kat is in there. Skeet Mans. Vanita Simmons also in the Twix, as well as Elsie San Diego and Racing Banshee over on the Rebels. MAGA Patriot. TJK 3746, Small Town Barbie, Sparky Glenn. What's up, Sparky
Did you
Glenn?
say Tanita Samuel was in the chat?
I didn't say that.
Me?
Sure.
Hey, Aaron, do you have that clip, the clips I sent you, or no?
Ed the Great.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Corn Pop 007.
What a name.
Let's see.
Where's the McGroin? There should be a McGroin in here somewhere. Hassenpfeffer. RD Bull. Kuzi. All right, you guys did very good in that first segment. Keep up the good work, so we don't have to have you replaced.
And Rick is judging tonight. What do you get? What's the prize you're willing to offer tonight, Rick Delgado?
They get to go home with you.
Really? Oh, man. I don't know if they'd want to do that, man. I mean, if you know how to play bocce, come home with me.
There'd be a lot of decompressing with Vin.
Yeah, we decompress quite a bit. Let's see.
Oh, hey, ho. How you doing? What's up over there? How you doing over here?
Who?
Good? Boom, boom, boom.
Clip
All right, we got about 20 seconds.
Is the Real America Voice stream cooking?
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night, live from the America First Warehouse, and also live on 103.9 LI News Radio. Welcome back to the program. I forgot to mention at the top of the show, because we were so busy with President Trump at the Ryder Cup, at Bethpage, and all that stuff. Damon is off tonight, if you haven't noticed. He was talking about it all the last couple weeks. You know, he's going up for Parents' Weekend, his first weekend at his son's college, so we wish them the best. He wanted to be here. Well, he wanted to be here so he'd go to the Ryder Cup, but it didn't work out. So he'll be back, of course, on Monday. Vinnie Mac, Kevin Downey Jr., and Paul Nolan all have news. We'll be getting to that. But let's kick off some sports with the one, the only Slick Rick. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. Save yourself a lot of money on some great stuff from a great guy and a great company. Slick, what do you got, my friend?
Well, we got something big going on Long Island, right? The Ryder Cup, Bethpage Black, Farmingdale today. It was unbelievable. I know we showed the videos in the beginning. Well, before we get to that recap, I want to show another great moment when Captain Keegan Bradley grabbed the flag. Aaron, if you could roll cut 14 for us when they opened up today. That was just absolutely fabulous. Get to that. There you go. That's how you started off. That's a captain there. Grabbed the flag, impromptu, ran across the course to get folks fired up. First thing this morning.
Looks like Joe the Box.
Yeah.
Just like Joe the Box. Joe, we got a job for you.
Yeah.
Next golf tournament, I'm going to have Joe come down. Fantastic. But unfortunately, we didn't have such a great day on the course. Thank you for that, Aaron. Europe starts fast, builds a 3-point lead on U.S. at Ryder Cup earlier today. Mark Schleyback of ESPN, Farmingdale, New York, Europe's biggest stars showed up and the American team didn't. On the opening day of the 45th Ryder Cup on Friday, which is why the U.S. will have to climb out of another big hole over the final 2 days at Bethpage Black. European stars Tommy Fleetwood, Rory McIlroy, who really got heckled, right? Good old Rory. And John Rahm didn't lose a match in the first two sessions, while Scotty Scheffler and Bryson DeChambeau failed to earn a point, following the Europeans to take a 5.5 to 2.5 lead. So it's not over. Like the captain said, Bradley, he said, it's only the first quarter, so we're hoping they come back tomorrow, because it would really be nice to win. I know the president really wants to see them win, because he was really fired up when he was there today with his granddaughter.
Yeah, they were getting shut out until he showed up.
Exactly.
So hopefully that, the little touch that he has where he helps people win will kick in tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I think they'll ramp it up pretty quick. And also, we got the Mets now. They're on the road. They got a big game tonight. Yeah. Actually, they're up 2-0 in Florida. They need this win tonight. They're trying to clinch the last wild card spot in the National League. They're going up against my Cincinnati Reds, who are just starting to play. 8-10 was the first pitch with the Reds. Mets really just need to win. If they win one game, they have a good chance of being in. If they win two, they're definitely in. So big weekend for for the New York Mets. Yeah.
So I'm rooting. One will win, most likely, and two they're in, and then
Yeah.
I get to watch my heart get broken again.
Exactly. you know the Mets.
Okay, just want to. Thank you, sir.
But and then the Yankees are already in, so of course the Yankees will be in the playoffs. That's good stuff. Aaron Judge coming off another great year, and so that's a wrap in sports. Rick, I'll have an update. I'll keep an update on that Mets game. I got a couple of other stories, including information on that young man that did that shooting at the NFL headquarters. They finally have a diagnosis on that. I'm going to run that story a little bit later too.
All right,
that's
very
a wrap
good.
in sports.
Thank you, Slick. And again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com and use our code LFS6B at checkout. Speaking of the Ryder Cup, Slick, did you see the part where President Trump was standing behind Bryson DeChambeau when he teed off?
I actually did. I saw that. I saw the picture and the clip when he was walking with him.
Talk about pressure, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? and an avid golfer and a darn good golfer too, right?
Yeah.
And his granddaughter Kai, who's really, she's going, I think that was the University of Florida. She's an incredible golfer as well, the young lady. So it's be interesting to see. Maybe she'll be a pro one day.
Yeah.
Don's daughter.
Isn't she legit? Like has a
Oh yeah,
legit.
she's legit.
Legit.
Like
Yeah.
she can legitimately go pro.
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing. And what's funny too is that I think DeChambeau cranked out like a 370-yarder
He's a tank.
with the president standing right behind him.
He's unreal.
He is a tank.
He's
Yeah.
one of the best.
Anyhow, speaking of the president, President Trump, I don't know if you guys caught this, but looks like he wins again. Yes, U.S. Supreme Court today rules that Trump can withhold $4 billion in foreign aid if he so chooses. So congratulations.
I love it.
I mean, why do we got to go to the Supreme Court for this stuff? This is just obvious. All these rogue judges holding up logical decisions. He shouldn't have to deal with any of this stuff. And especially with foreign aid.
Right.
I mean, are you kidding me?
But this is the playbook, right? Yeah. This is the playbook when they went after him with lawfare and we've said it before. I actually got the term, the phrase from Dan Bongino. The process is the punishment. Even if he's totally cured, doesn't matter. It's the fact that they can tie you up in court, make you spend money. That is the punishment. If they get something out of it, well then woohoo. But not only do they get to destroy you in the court of public opinion, that's the goal. They do the wrap-up smear, as Nancy Pelosi liked to talk about.
But they're doing that now at home.
Right. And they drag you off the road so you can't do what you want to do. They focus, all the negativity on you, and that's the punishment.
Your life savings.
Right, and they deplete. Right. Most people cannot handle a case against the federal government. Unfortunately for them, Donald Trump could.
Don't you think the Supreme Court should just make basic rulings that, hey, no circuit courts can rule on federal decisions like this that the president do? Shouldn't they just make a blanket decision so these small courts have no say in anything? Right now it's so ambiguous that they just come out with some ruling with some judge from Arkansas that has no idea what's going on, and he holds up billions of dollars that are supposed to be withheld or whatever Trump's trying to do.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make any sense that they just don't do a blanket,
because
what do they call it, credo or something?
Then that would be the court making laws, and we can't have that. Right?
Well,
it's got to go through Congress.
It's making jurisdiction. It's not making laws. They're not going to make a law. They're just saying, you have the right to judge on these things. You don't have the right to judge on these other things. It's this common sense. Like, they don't have the right to judge on federal decisions. They have the right to judge on local decisions.
No, I understand, but they have to have Congress actually spell that out for them.
Oh.
That's one of the holdups.
Yeah, well, we win the midterms. Let's put that on the agenda, okay? We'll take care of that.
Now, if Trump withholds his $4 billion, who's going to pay for the transgender puppet show in Madagascar?
Yeah. That's the thing you got to think about.
Oh, I think about it.
Yeah.
They might have to go to somebody like George Soros.
Keeps him up all night.
George Soros is busy paying for Antifa to beat us up.
I'm going to be very afraid to look at your search files, okay? Madagascar. Yeah, Timmy Tina. Yes, she's good.
He's on the FBI hit list.
Again?
So, yeah, the Supreme Court ruled today 6-3 conservative majority. Why has it got to be 3? The court's 3 liberal justices, of course, dissented. The court said in the unsigned order that aid groups may lack the legal authority to bring their challenge, which means they have no standing, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of gobbledygook. Of course, the liberals screamed, grabbed their pearls, screamed at the
3
sky.
judges,
Yeah.
Supreme Court judges, the highest in the land, ruled against a ridiculously logical ruling.
Right, exactly.
Crazy.
But this is what you get from the liberal side. It's their agenda. Let's take it to court because they know they're going to go. They're going to go judge shopping. They'll find the right judge who will say, "Sure, I'll do this. I don't care about my career. Nothing can happen to me anyway because I'm here for life."
Yeah.
They kind of flip everybody off.
I've said it before, but I'll say it again. The notion that there's anything, including a liberal judge on the Supreme Court.
Right. I've heard you say this.
It's just this. It's just the Constitution. Stop! Don't bend it in such a demented way. Like it's outrageous.
Right.
And every time I hear someone talk about taking away your Second Amendment rights, like, do you not know the term traitor? It's not on the table. Leave it. Get out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because they think that that's something that's negotiable. That's not negotiable. It's written in. It's not negotiable, and it's not so we can go hunting. It's to keep people like the left from encroaching on these rights.
Or the left who constantly says Trump's a dictator and a fascist and they don't want us to have our guns. Remember how many times they said the government will never take over? And all they tell us is the government's about to take over.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Good point. All right, we'll come back. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll go around. We got January 6th news, don't we, Paul?
Yes, we do.
All right, we'll tackle that. We've got the James Comey indictment. Oh, and a whole lot more. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Woo! Join us in the chats. No flipping.
It sounds good now.
Yeah, you sound better now, but we still have a buzz and a hum.
On the YouTube, so Kai Trump is going to the University of Miami.
Yeah.
I was in the right state, but wrong school. University of Miami Hurricane. So she'll be on the golf team there. That'll be something.
Has everybody out in Facebook world? Let me see what any of my regulars.
I did get some clips about January 6th. I couldn't find what I wanted because I didn't have a whole lot of time today, but I really wanted to find some of those staged events that were happening behind the closed doors. Remember when it first happened, I think the first thing I said was, this is a false flag. And obviously Damon thought I was crazy. And we just kept coming with more receipts. And
there he is. Good to see you, brother.
Hey,
thank you. Yes.
Are the Tigers going to make the playoffs? They've been...
Who?
The Tigers. They had this
yes, they're right there. They're American League. They're right there. They're in the last wild card spot as we speak. But they're battling it out with Cleveland.
Weren't they like 15 and a half games?
They made it. Yeah, they blew
Aaron.
it.
Yeah, I got
they fell
you. I'll
asleep.
go to the clip sheet now.
8 games in a row.
They fell asleep in Detroit.
I got you, kiddo.
Good to see you.
But yeah, they're in the last spot. They have a good shot. They just need to
again?
win 1 or 2 this weekend. Only 3 games left.
Oh, geez.
This is the season, this Sunday.
I've never seen such a slide.
Yeah, I know. Mets slid quite a bit, too.
So KDJ, Kathy Benedetta Poliquin invited you to come with me to Florida. She's going to make us an Italian meal. She wants to know when you're going to be in Florida.
Oh, I don't know.
Thanks,
no plans.
Aaron.
No plans?
No plans at the moment.
No clubs. All right.
Thank you. That'll be easier for me to
see what I can do.
Kathy's going to let you know. Greta Garbo, they don't believe in the Constitution, and that is exactly right.
Okay.
There you go.
Are you going to do it coming straight out?
No, we got to talk about it first.
Yeah, okay.
Don't just do it. We got to talk about it first. Yeah.
No, we're playing it first. That's how it works.
Interesting.
All right, we got about 20 seconds. You guys are doing good. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, good audience tonight. Job.
Aaron, I only see 2 cuts here for me.
Hey there. there, everyone. I'm Bo Davidson. And tomorrow, Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be hosting a 1-hour special all about Angel Studios and the brand new partnership Real America's Voice has forged with them. Now, you know the name Angel Studios because of The Chosen, Sound of Freedom, Tuttle Twins, Cabrini, The Shift, and a ton of other great content. I'll be talking to stars from Angel's productions such as Neil McDonough, Lee Allen Baker, and Sean Stone, who has a great new documentary about the Kennedys. So tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern to watch this special, and you'll want to hear all about a brand new promotion that will give you exclusive access. See you there.
Angel Studios and Real America's Voice. It doesn't get any better than that. Join us Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern for an inside look at the film studio changing the industry, only on Real America's Voice.
Live from Studio 6B.
Oh, yeah.
Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Welcome back to the program. If you're just wondering what you saw there with Angel Studios, Vin, you know something about this, right? This big thing that's happening tomorrow, Saturday at 7 p.m.?
The leadership at Real America's Voice, and I think you've seen how they feel about faith and family within the news organization. They're not afraid to talk about that and bring that to the public.
Amen.
And we partnered with Angel Studios, and we're going to be doing a regular show once we get everything going. But if you tune in Saturday at 7 o'clock, you'll see everything going on in Angel, a lot of behind-the-scenes segments and stuff like that. Great movies, by the way. The documentary about RFK, it's worth the price of admission. It's spectacular. It gives you a real insight as to what he's talking about. They're doing great movies. They just went public, and so they've got a lot of funding to make the kind of movies that inspire youth, that deal with faith, but also deal with positivity, redemption, good things that Charlie Kirk, by the way, would be behind in a big way. And I know he was a big fan of Angel Studios. So kudos to our ownership for having the wherewithal and the guts to come out and say, that's okay, we're going to talk about that. So,
Guts.
Amazing.
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with Angel Studios, of course, I think the biggest one to date has to be Sound of Freedom.
Absolutely.
That's the one that kind of put them on the map.
The Chosen and Sound of Freedom, probably the two biggest things that ever happened there.
So there you have it. So we look forward to that. Again, that's going to be tomorrow night, Saturday night at 7 p.m. Tune in and check it out. Mark it down on your calendars. So that's happening tomorrow night. What happened yesterday was Just the News and our very own John Solomon released some big news regarding January 6th, Paul, something we had talked about when it all went down. Oh, yeah. We've been talking about it for the last, however many years it is now, 4 years. Wow. 4.5 years at this point.
Where'd that go?
The FBI finally acknowledged that it had not 25, maybe a little bit more than that. They're not sure. A lot of times we got the answer of 0. Turns out they were off by just a little bit. 274 plainclothes agents in the massive crowds on January 6th in front of the Capitol, more than 4.5 years after questions were first raised about the level of FBI involvement that day. A senior congressional source said the number is not necessarily a surprise since the FBI often embeds counter-surveillance personnel at large events. And again, it's all in the wording. That's from the FBI. They're plainclothes agents. We don't know about their human sources or their intelligence assets. By the way. It's all you got to dice it all up. Yep. Plus, of course, remember the FBI is not the only intelligence agency we have. You also had the Capitol Police that were involved, who a lot of their officers were saying they were duped into what they did as well, right, Paul?
Without a doubt. And we also know the CIA has got their hand in everything. We also know that, like you said, human assets. We also know black operatives are always highly paid to incite and to kind of force agendas. And we talked about this the day after it happened. The first thing I said was, this is a false flag attack. None of this here looks like MAGA. This here looks exactly like the MO of Antifa, and BLM, and all these agent provocateurs. It's been these false flags have forced more agendas than really any other thing that goes on in the deep state, statecraft apparatus. So we have a bunch of clips here.
Yeah, we do. Let's get it kicked off. Let's take you back to 2021, shall we? With a little flashback with fathead himself, Brian Stelter, his first go around on CNN. Here he is blasting Tucker Carlson over making that claim. Cut number 1. You got to see this to believe it. Cut number 1. Check this out.
When you ask you make an ass of me.
Tucker Carlson must have forgotten this lesson from The Odd Couple, because his latest January 6th conspiracy theory makes huge assumptions in a baseless bid to let rioters off the hook.
But strangely, some of the key people who participated on January 6th have not been charged.
Here's Marjorie Taylor Greene assuming Carlson is right and saying we need names and answers about the FBI operatives who were involved. But this is just yet another baseless theory that Carlson has hyped to millions of people. The existence of unnamed, as yet uncharged co-conspirators does not mean that they were working undercover for the FBI.
Yeah, of course, but now we're starting to get the real news, because the news comes in the wake of the U.S. Department of Justice, the Office of the Inspector General at the FBI. Basically, they were saying, there were no undercover personnel in the January 6th crowds. Now we know that they have lied, which, I don't know. I'm not very much surprised. Here's a little bit more of Fathead himself. Cut number 2 as he continues.
Do we have to listen to that guy?
Just
really?
one more time.
All right. Oh, my God.
You know what? I love seeing this because we know that he was lying as well.
Yeah, well, there you go.
And,
Absolutely.
this is how long this lie has been going on.
Before we get to this, does anybody who know who Mark Dice is?
Yeah.
Mark Dice does the best Brian Stelter impersonation. So if you ever seen his clips doing it, I wish you had it in Mark Dice's voice right now.
Yeah, too bad we don't. Cut number 2. Here it is, another flashback with Fathead.
This is how the right-wing media world works. Starts on a fringe website, gets onto Tucker's show, then it spreads all throughout the GOP, and that's what's happened in the last 24 hours. In the MAGA echo chamber, the idea is that brave patriots were entrapped by the feds.
I'm
were
getting low
tricked
T
or
just
were
watching
pushed
this.
into starting a riot. No evidence at all, lots of evidence to the contrary, but Tucker somehow seems to need to provide excuses for these rioters, so let them off the hook.
Yeah, so there you have it. Obviously, his mom took Tylenol, right, Paul?
Tylenol PM. He's only autistic at night when he's on TV.
Yeah, exactly. Did you know, though, if you look at some stats, first off, the AP said there were 10,000 people at that Trump event,
yes,
and 2,000 went into the Capitol. That's what they said. The 2009 Super Bowl had 200 FBI agents there. 200 FBI at the Super Bowl. Look at the numbers.
Yeah, look at the
almost 300 at this event, and there were only 2,000 that actually went in. And we were talking last night about this, and I think the number's way higher. I think we are more like 500, 600.
Well, I believe there's estimates there were 1,200 human assets as well.
There you go.
That makes sense.
Right. So that puts it around 1,450 or 1,500, and that doesn't even include the D.C. police, and it doesn't include the Homeland Security. It doesn't include other agencies. I'm assuming it was at least 2,000 to 2,500 agitators.
Kevin was there.
Wait, I could have gotten paid to go?
Yeah.
And you'd have been protected.
Yeah, I've been duped.
You missed another paycheck, brother.
Damn it.
Now, Paul, you had some other clips, and again, these are going back in time. This is the stuff that was out there. If you remember, we played a lot of these clips when we first came across them. A lot of this was, people walking around videotaping, and all of a sudden they look back and they see, wow, what did I catch here by mistake? Or maybe they purposely, walked up to somebody because they saw something that looked suspicious.
Well, let's start with cut. Let's start with cut 10. Cut 10. It speaks for itself. Just listen to the last words of this. You'll see it there. It says, "Delete this." We should have it full screen.
Boy, that doesn't look shady.
So you hear it right there. She yells, "Delete that!" As you
right.
So that was that, and then there's the.
And what was that? That was a bunch
of kids who got off a bus,
yep,
and they
just changed into Trump clothing.
Gear.
Yeah.
And there was another. What was the one here? Pretend. Which cut was that?
You like to buy a vowel?
Cut 8. I think cut 8 has this one.
Okay.
They weren't labeled.
What's the floor plan?
Oh, yeah. They're in the back room, dressed up with cops, talking about what their plan is.
Look at this.
That's amazing.
That is.
They're all in there before the riot really happens, and they're waiting.
It's like a theater group getting ready for a performance.
Exactly.
By the way, this
Macbeth.
I wish I would have found the ones we played back in the day, which was so much more damning. But Aaron, I think that when.
But I mean, look at this. They're already inside the building.
Mm-hmm.
They're getting coached.
Right.
By the person with the bullhorn telling them, okay, this is what we got to do. This guy's telling them we got to yell, push forward. And they're changing their clothes.
Wow.
Because I guess that's the green room for insurrection. Is that the insurrection green room?
Yeah.
Did they have pizza in the back?
Yeah.
Did they have pizza?
Yeah, it was a casting call for insurrectionists. If you have talent, if you know how to act, you can too be an insurrectionist.
Yeah. If you still live in your mom's basement and, if you're a female with underarm hair growth, sure, come on down.
I feel like I was just an extra now.
Yeah. Hey, you should have gotten a SAG card or something from this whole thing. Yeah. If you watch The View, we've got something for you if you're an actor.
Yeah, it's amazing. So again, the FBI now having to come forward and admit they had more than they initially said, which they said 25. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, we forgot that 0 and the other 20. It was actually 274. And again, you make the point. We talk about the human assets because they always delineate it. You always got to listen to what they say, how they say it, because it's all lawyers speak mumbo jumbo. Well, we had 275 agents in the crowd. What about human intelligence assets? What about that? Or what do you call? And they'll try to say, well, we don't have human assets. What do you call them?
Yeah.
You have to peel through that garbage with these people to get to the right vernacular that they're using, so you can finally trap them, because that's what they're doing. It's like I was asked, hey, did you ever sleep with that girl? No, of course I never slept with that girl. Didn't ask me the right question. I was awake the whole time. Right?
We talked about this last night. If you anybody watched the show last night, we were talking about no one ever thought Trump was going to win. They never thought he'd come back. And if a Republican got in, it was going to be a swamp creature.
Yeah.
So now, who do we got? Cash Patel, baby.
Yeah.
Cash
Love
Patel.
Cash. Yeah. Love
This
Cash.
is why. They never thought this would come out. That's why none of this stuff was, we didn't know anything. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is their worst nightmare, Trump getting into office.
Between that and the burn bags that they found, right, that were supposed to be destroyed.
I got 2 more clips on the other side if you want to continue this on the other side.
Yeah, we'll definitely continue that.
Definitely.
Because this is a huge story. This is not going to go away. This is just the start of peeling all this back.
And I've been saying since Jump Street, this is the best low-hanging fruit. It's the closest in the timeline. And this is something that the left has hung their hat on about how evil the MAGA Jan 6 evil people, violent people are. So this is a big win.
You've been saying that since Jump Street? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Him and Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street.
How's that for a reference?
Wow, my brother.
Live from Studio 6B, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll continue this along with a lot more. We got some more sports with Slick. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
I've been saying that since Jump Street. I've been saying that since Laverne and Shirley. I mean, come on. Where'd you come up with that?
Oh, it just came out? No, it's just an expression I've always used. In fact, the pretty little girl who made us all pictures actually wrote it online.
I think we're finding Vin's limit on culture.
Yeah.
Even Aaron's. Aaron's been saying that.
Yeah, I never picked that. Maybe if it was a Seinfeld reference, I'd be there. But no, that was a good one. That's a good one.
I love the Odd Couple. Were you guys Odd Couple fans?
Yeah, the best.
I used to recite that. We love the Odd Couple.
That scene with Felix with the assume is great.
I love how overexcited Oscar gets in the.
Felix.
All right, we got about 2 minutes till we go back. If you haven't said hello to Joe DeBox, he's walking around. You can't miss him. He's carrying the American flag. I think it's actually, I think he had it surgically attached to himself.
Yeah, it's kind of like a tail. He's got that.
He transitioned into a flag.
He identifies as a flag, you mean? Yeah. I'm a flag.
She caught that.
Aaron, can you hear me? Aaron?
I think she's busy.
Oh, I lost track. Which two clips was that? 10 and 7?
10 and 8.
10 and 8, okay. All right, so if we want to come back on the other side, yeah. Yeah, the guy with the fake credentials of all the networks. Right. Yeah, that would be, that's perfect that I got him sequenced right. Okay, good.
Yeah, that 11 one is 2 minutes. So
That's why I don't want
edit that.
We might want to, it's good though, like if we want to open with it, just say let's start here and continue the subject after it.
Yeah, I'll just...
But if you think it's too long, we won't do it.
No, I'll start with you and you can pull that one first if you want.
Okay. You know what we'll do? We'll do the shorter clip, and if you feel like it fits, we'll.
Greta Garbo says people were paid $250 just to show up.
Yep,
$250. Flyers out offering.
I did it for free.
You get a voucher? You didn't get a voucher?
I didn't get any. I didn't even
What'd
get
you
free
get?
lunch.
A IHOP coupon?
I got a number 3 and a small Coke. That's about it. Well, yeah, incredible that they have
Thank
to do
you,
this.
LSU Patriot.
20 seconds. So bring that up on the air. From Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Joe DeBox waving the flag at the America First Warehouse, and of course broadcasting live on 103.9 LI News Radio. Thank you for coming back. Slick has got some sports. We'll be doing that in just a little bit, but let's continue on with the one of the big stories that kind of broke yesterday. Again, the FBI acknowledging that they had way more than 0, way more than 25. Upwards of 274, 275 plainclothes agents in the massive crowds on January 6th, basically there to stir up some trouble and make things happen that maybe wouldn't have happened if they weren't involved. And that's just counting the ones that they're admitting to. That doesn't count the CIA, Homeland Security, D.C. Police, other intelligence agencies that might have sent people over, human assets, whatever that number. I think, Paul, you probably said it right. Probably around 2,000, right?
And we're not even counting Antifa.
No, we're not counting.
We had video of busloads of Antifa coming in, and we saw people screaming, "What the heck's going on here?" The white buses just kept coming in.
Yeah, that was a clip of Clay Higgins pointing that out to Chris Ray, another guy who could go down the Comey road.
Yep, I was thinking the same thing.
Because talk about a guy who lied, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's 5 Pinocchios right there. This went down under his watch.
Yeah.
So I mean, Comey, the best case scenario was he do a couple months. I mean, it'll be hilarious. But I'd really like to see Christopher Wray do a little time, do a little personal time, 6 to 8 months, whatever they made Bannon do. Throw 3 more months on top of it.
Well, whatever they made Martha Stewart do, that's the same charge. The exact same charge they put that woman in jail for.
Yep.
So, in my view, it should be equal to that, if not more.
If not more.
And she made like $40,000 on that deal. That was chump change. She made like $40,000, and Comey went after her.
She gave it to Kevin. He was looking for some money.
Right.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice.
Get back on my feet.
You got 40 from her? Can I borrow $20?
Yeah.
$40,000. And Comey did it because he wanted to make a name for himself.
Yeah, of course.
All he wanted to do was fame and
total karma, right?
What's that?
Total karma, right now.
Absolutely. It'd be great.
Payback.
The problem, though, is there's a couple of elderly women who got 2 years for saying a prayer in front of an abortion clinic, while some Antifa princess got 1.5 years for burning a cop car in Brooklyn in the name of St. George Floyd, and then passing out firebombs to other animals. Jeez. 1.5 years, but 2 years for praying.
Yeah.
I don't think this is going to be as much fun as we want it to be, because I think they already got a judge. I read today, my fiance sent it to me. Trump is mad. They got a communist judge.
Yeah, they got a Biden appointed judge or an Obama appointed judge, and from what I understand already, the thinking is Comey's attorney is going to push to have the charges thrown out. Hopefully that won't happen. I don't see how they can make that happen. They kind of got him dead to rights on this.
Yeah.
But Comey's going to be able to say, well, as the acting director, it was the best intelligence I got at the time, so I'm absolved. And that's how he's going to get off.
Well, we'll see what happens.
He was leaking information, though.
Yeah, I know. He was nailed. But
it's not about the intelligence, whether it was true or not. It was what he was doing with it.
Yeah,
and the leak is what it was. It could have been Kevin's hair dye color that he uses.
I don't dye my hair.
That's natural sunshine. Are you kidding?
That's autumn sunrise.
Streaky. Hi, I'm Kevin Downey Jr. This is natural sunshine.
Yes, it is. I call this under a Tuscan sun.
I'm half Irish, half Duran. I'm sorry.
Tuscan Downey Jr. We'll call him. Yeah. How's that sound?
I like that.
On this whole thing, here's where I kind of come out of this whole thing. One, we have to arrest as many as possible, even if the charges don't stick, because during discovery, they are going to find, and we talked about this last night too, they're going to find more and more information. Just like what we're talking about with this January 6th fiasco and the FBI folks that are there that stirred up trouble. Someone's got to get arrested, and then in that arrest, we're going to find out all the people that were part of figuring out to do that. That's a plan.
Yeah.
Like, that's not just like, let's send some FBI agents and let's do this rogue thing. There is no chance.
Right.
Pelosi's involved.
Right.
All that leadership's involved. And discovery is the key.
Yeah.
You find all the text messages. You get all the emails. You go to jail if you delete them. So we got to do this one by one, and we're going to peel this onion back.
Yeah, and it's no longer a theory. It's an actual conspiracy. That's what you find out.
That's right.
And even if no one goes to jail, the normies, and I don't think there are any here. No, these are all patriots.
Hang on a second.
Our normie neighbors are going to wake up and see, wow, this is some serious rot.
Yeah.
And,
without a doubt.
Even if they don't go to jail, they're going to see it. And I think the Democratic Party is going to be hobbled for maybe 10 years.
Hopefully longer.
I'm going to throw a question out there.
Make it 20.
Yeah.
We saw when big tech got exposed, they all started to play ball.
Yeah.
So my question really is, I really don't think they're going to get arrested. I really don't. I think they're above the law. They're not like normal people like us who spend the rest of our lives in jail. They live on a different plane than us. So will it discourage future swamp creatures from being so brazen? We saw the way big tech got in line, and we could talk about that later about how they're not so in line. But
they're already quitting, Paulie. They're already resigning.
Yeah.
Handfuls of them. That's deep state. Those are the swamp wigglers. Those are the bog frogs. Those are the ones who have to pay or go away. Right. So you hit the nail on the head, 100%.
Yeah.
You know, I think the key is we have to win the midterms.
Yes.
We have to win the next election, and we have to win the election after that. We can't have a situation that in 4 years they get back in power and all of a sudden big tech is doing the same exact thing. Why? Because they will.
Absolutely.
They will. They're all the big donors. We have to win. That is the key.
And, that's the point I was going to make next. You just remind. They have to win, right? Without a doubt. These, the people out there on the right who are saying, we can't lower ourselves to their level. We can't play the same lawfare game. We didn't like what they did it to us. What do you mean? It's like outrageous.
No, that's over. We got Trump.
Yeah.
They
That's
set
over.
the parameters. They set the rules.
Right.
They created the game. So we're going to play it back the other way. And to say that they wouldn't play it that and won't play it back when they get power is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They're going to be even worse the next time around. So they have to come with full force. And Trump owes us an arrest. He owes us a conviction.
Yeah.
We deserve one. We've been behind him. So
but we're doing the
Dennis
honest
won.
thing. Like they did the dishonest thing. They went after people for dishonest reasons and
Without a
setup.
doubt.
We're doing the honest thing. They did bad things.
You bet.
And we're just going after them.
Right.
It's not like we're making this stuff up, because we're not. Like they did. They made stuff up.
And it's not like they're not on TV every night telling us what they're going to do when they get back in power. So not only are the elections in 2 years from now, we're talking about next year, the midterms, because they already said if they grab power in the House, it will be indictments, it'll be impeachments. It's just going to be a disaster.
Do you guys think Trump made a mistake from a logistical standpoint when he wrote that truth to Pam Bondi, demanding an arrest because I was reading some legal scholars discussing it, and they think that's going to be a big problem in this case against Comey. Do you guys believe that's going to be a problem, or?
I think no matter what happens, they're going to find something to be a problem. No matter what.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can be quiet, and they're going to say, well, he's talking behind the scenes. They're always going to find a reason, and they're always going to say, this is like Trump with the FCC. Well, he's going after the FCC. All right, well, Biden had the CIA and the FBI go to Twitter and say, all right, censor these ones and these ones.
Yeah, right.
And we know that happened.
Right.
So, but they're always going to find a reason.
But you know what? And James Comey said it the best. The first day of the Biden administration. Here it is, cut number 4. Here's what he said about Donald Trump. Cut 4. Check this out.
Convict him, bar him from future service, have the prosecutors, the local prosecutors in New York, pursue him for the fraudster that he was before he ever became president, lock him up for the garden variety frauds he did there, but don't give him that center stage, that dominant role in our national life just down the street from where Joe Biden is trying to heal this nation.
Yeah.
It looks like,
Oh, God. That's good comedy.
The auto pen is trying to handle the nation.
Payback, baby.
by the way, it looked like Martha Stewart dressed up his living room.
Sure she did.
All right. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. We'll come back. We'll do some sports kicking off the top of the hour with Slick Rick. Yeah. We'll kick it over to Vinnie Mac and Kevin Downey Jr., see what's going on with them as well. And, of course, everybody live in the chats. Join us in the chats. Hour number 1 in the books. Hour number 2 up next. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there. Good job, everybody, in hour number 1.
Good job, yeah.
fast.
These guys are great.
No matter what Trump says or does, Paul, they're going to pull it out. As Kevin was saying, no matter what he says or does, he could say the worst possible thing or the best possible thing, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
They're going to pull it out.
I was talking from a legal standpoint that he might have actually derailed a conviction because of him, like, requesting or an edict.
Right. Well, saying we need to do that.
Yeah, make an arrest. He might have violated. I can't remember. I'm not a lawyer.
And you're not trying to play one on TV?
Disclaimer.
Especially with that jacket.
I ain't no doctor. Oh, really? Yeah, Uncle Tony, you're not a doctor.
How you doing?
You're 600 pounds and you
look like you could be doing a commercial for Nolan and Nolan.
Did you break your toe?
Did he break your toe?
Do you know someone with a broken toe? I specialize in broken toes.
Don't forget we have the Oddsmakers coming up, right?
Yes, Oddsmakers at 9:30.
9:30. You're going to announce that too.
Well, that's very odd.
That'll be 9. We have a guest coming on for the Oddsmaker. Yeah. So we can do a quick hit if you want to do sports in the first segment. I'll just give you a quick score. I'll talk about that CTE concussion thing. Yeah. This way, 9:30, and that'll probably be it.
Yeah. Hey, Aaron, what's the name of the guy for the Oddsmakers?
Eddie Brown. Eddie Brown from downtown. Eddie.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nicely done.
And do you know where Eddie's from yet?
Unlawful command.
All right.
Hey, Paul, you got the YouTube chat. LSU Patriot for $2. Paul, can you get Slick's jacket size? Thanks, bro. He wants to send me a jacket, probably. I'm a 38. Regular
if you
or short?
send the jackets, I'm a 44. Maybe a 46, but I'm not wearing that.
Slick has a 38
I'm holding on to
slim.
a 38. Oh.
He's a 38 slim. Look at him.
I'm holding on. Look at him.
What size is that? 38 Slick?
38 short. 38S for Slick. 38 off for Rick. 38S for Slick.
38, man. I graduated
That's like the
sixth grade.
small. That's like the smallest. I think 36 is the smallest you could buy. I can't fit into a 36.
I was wearing husky jeans.
Yeah, no, tough skins with the knees.
Did you have the knee
patches.
thing? Yeah.
Paul was in 5th grade wearing a
Hey there, everyone. I'm Bo Davidson. And tomorrow, Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, I will be hosting a one-hour special all about Angel Studios and the brand new partnership Real America's Voice has forged with them. Now, you know the name Angel Studios because of The Chosen, Sound of Freedom, Tuttle Twins, Cabrini, The Shift, and a ton of other great content. I'll be talking to stars from Angel's productions such as Neil McDonough, Lee Allen Baker, and Sean Stone, who has a great new documentary about the Kennedys. So tune in tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern to watch this special, and you'll want to hear all about a brand new promotion that will give you exclusive access. See you there.
Angel Studios and Real America's Voice. It doesn't get any better than that. Join us Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern for an inside look at the film studio changing the industry, only on Real America's Voice.
If your television sounds funny in the evening, you're watching live from Studio 6B.
The president. The president. Woo!
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV Channel 240, 1175. Samsung TV Plus. Also find us on Roku TV, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, and Select TV 106. And all of the social medias that you got: Rumble, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, Kick. Join us in those chats. Say hello. Join those communities. And have a good time. It's a Friday night at the America First Warehouse, Joe. Joe the Box.
Joe the Box.
Making this possible. Fast hour number one. If you're just joining us, Big D is off tonight. He'll be back on Monday. He's doing the old parents' weekend at his kid's college for the first time.
Yeah.
So wishing him the best.
Yep.
And let's do some sports. Why don't we? Let's kick it right off. We skipped Slick the last time, but let's do some sports now. Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Join us on MyPillow.com. You can use our code LFS6B at checkout. Also, the Oddsmakers, Slick.
Yes.
At 9:30, isn't
Got it. Took my words away. Yep, absolutely. Oddsmakers coming up at 9:30, and we have a guest picker tonight as well, so we cannot wait. Kevin, I got an answer for you. You asked about your Detroit Tigers. I know, poor kid, he grew up in Michigan. He had to come to New York to get straightened out, but he's here just the same now. But they're up 3-1. They're up in Boston taking on the Red Sox. They need that win because them and Boston are going for that last spot in the AL. So they're up 3-1, top of the seventh inning. Not such good news for the Met fans. They're trailing 6-2 to the Marlins right now in the top of the seventh. And Cincinnati, who is chasing the Mets, they're losing to the Brewers 1-0, top of the fourth, but they have men on first and third with none out. So for those who like baseball, these are really great pennant races for the wild card here and going down to the wire. I'll have one more update before the end of the night, but I do want to get to that story about that man who actually shot up the NFL headquarters. Everybody remembers that crazy story, right?
Yeah.
This is gunman in NFL headquarter building shooting diagnosed with CTE. This is Michael Rothstein and Shweta Sarandon of ESPN. Shane Tamura, the man who killed 4 people and then himself in a July shooting at the NFL headquarters building, was posthumously diagnosed with chronic traumatic encephalopathy, according to a statement from the New York City officer of the chief of medical examiner. Tamura, 27, had claimed in a note found in his wallet following the shooting that he believed he had CTE and wanted his brain tested for it after his death. The medical examiner's office found that determination. Unambiguous evidence of CTE in Tamura's brain tissue. The testing determined Tamura suffered from the low-stage CTE. CTE can officially be diagnosed after death. A lot of this comes from playing football. We've had a lot of football players that have retired. Yep. They get these chronic concussions, and some of them, they go crazy, right? You had the one that shot up the doctor's office and then his family a couple of years ago, the former Patriot. We have a few other stories like that, and this gentleman was claiming that. That's why he was blaming the NFL, even though he never played professional NFL football, but he did play some high school and I think possibly some junior college.
Right.
And he was blaming it on that. He was a running back, and so really that was the reason why he went off the deep end. So, they've come a long way advancing with the football helmets and, with concussion protocol. You see, they take the kids out of the games right away now, and the NFL players. And so they've done a great deal, but it's still a problem. And it's these unexplained acts of these former players that come out. You wonder where. Well, that's the craziness of it. And he was trying to get to the NFL headquarters in their building, but he made a wrong turn, wrong elevator, and people that completely had nothing to do with it were the ones who suffered it and passed away. So terrible, just a terrible story. But he did leave that note, and he did ask him to examine his brain. I'm glad to see they followed through on that, and well, here we are. So, but that's a wrap in sports, Rick. I'll be back at 9:30 with the Oddsmakers with my picks.
All right, very good. And Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Go to mypillow.com. Use our code LFS6B at checkout. And again, the Oddsmakers happening for the first time here at the America First Warehouse. Our first guest is going to be Eddie Brown from who knows where.
From downtown.
It's downtown Eddie Brown. So he's going to be joining us. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. He's got a radio show. He's got some very nice hair. Kevin, what has been on your radar? I saw you licking your chops earlier.
All right, folks. So as you know, I just mentioned that that Antifa queen burned up a cop car and handed firebombs out. She got a year and a half. Well, this is from today. Some non-binary, whatever, I don't know his name. Casey Robert Goonan. He's in Antifa. He's non-binary. That's very important. He just got 19 years for burning a cop car.
Yes, I saw that.
There you go.
Justice.
Yep.
Nice.
And breaking news from my lovely fiance over there who just sent this to me on my phone. Breaking news, FBI fires agents over kneeling protests in George Floyd protests from year 2020. 2020.
Minnesota.
This, folks,
clean it out.
This is the eradication of the deep state right here. Keep in mind, Comey just got indicted. His daughter got fired, and his son-in-law just resigned yesterday or today. I forget. Ooh. That's a whole family. That's a generation of swamp wigglers that we don't have to worry about anymore. And they're taking out these agents. Trump's draining that swamp.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job, man.
Nice.
And it's amazing that so many of them seem to be in the business of law. Right?
Yeah.
All these lawyers who are just, I have such morals, I have to quit. That's the point. I think that's what Trump really wanted. He wanted to make it so difficult for these people that they either would have to pursue pushing these, carrying out his orders or the DOJ's orders, or they'd just say, you know what, I can't do this because I want to be invited to Thanksgiving, so they quit. And now that's how you get rid of them, right?
Bye-bye.
Absolutely.
It's just funny,
It's
all these
happening.
family members.
It's happening, Paulie.
Darling, I want you to be a lawyer, but Dad, I can't read. Doesn't matter. We want you to be a judge. We need a liberal activist judge, and we'll fast track you right through.
Right.
Okay, Daddy. It's like
exactly.
morons are on the bench.
Yeah, it's amazing. Anything else, Kevin, you got working on?
Yeah. So last night you guys were talking about this bizarre shooting in Katy, Texas. So there are a bunch of kids playing baseball, and as one of the coaches is leading his team in prayer,
I ran that story.
A bunch of bullets start landing all over the field. I tried to count them. There's too many to count. Easily over 50. Now, the local media said, well, it was someone hunting.
Yeah.
And then they said, well, it was someone doing a little target practice from 600 yards away. It was three guys. One of them's name is Mohammed. The other one is and the last one's name is and they were arrested. And wouldn't you know it, Joe Biden let two of those animals in.
Oh, what a surprise.
Oh, nice.
And look at this. But this is the local sheriff. I'm looking at his arrest card, whatever, has his picture, but the race, white.
Really?
They put him down as a white guy, and he's not.
With a name like...
Yeah.
That's white?
That was the third guy's name.
I've been Irish for a while. That's not one of us.
Former cab driver.
And this one guy has deep ties to the local mosque, which has deep ties to the Muslim Brotherhood, which has deep ties to taking over the entire world.
Yeah. Oh,
Joe Biden let him in, and he made this guy a citizen.
Of course he did.
And if you watch the video, folks, there's no way anyone who would be there say, oh, that's hunting, because you just hear
Right.
And one guy gets hit and falls down. The kids are running.
Right.
This is a jihadi attack on children.
Right. This was hunting, but this was hunting white people.
Yes, hunting white people.
And hunting Americans, basically.
Yep.
I'm not a specialist, but this might be the first time in the U.S. that they actually went after kids. I don't know for sure, but they just raised the stakes by a lot here. And
right.
The local news covering for them. Well, it's just a hunting accident.
Yeah. So instead of raping kids, now they're down to shooting them. Is what you're saying.
They're still raping them too.
Okay. You know what that reminds me of? This story from New York City just over a couple days ago. New York City tourists mowed down in New York City, nearly decapitating the wife. Number one, leaving the husband clinging to life. It's amazing. This couple from Germany visiting New York City, Midtown. They were downtown Times Square area. Got hit by a truck, a minivan, a green minivan with a vanity plate. When you see the picture of the minivan with the vanity plate, you know that's too many letters. You can't spell out the entire Times Square with a space on a New York license plate. It just doesn't happen.
No.
So you know it's a fake license plate. And who uses fake license plates? You know.
Criminals?
Not only that, criminal what? Illegals.
Oh, yeah.
Has to be, because, of course, they had everything from the husband, the wife's name, where they were from, what they were doing, where they were headed. But when they caught the guy, there is no mention of his name, no picture of him, nothing about the driver at all. Zero. So you know it ain't an American.
Yeah.
Nope. Yeah. Or else they'd have published it.
So not necessary, man. Just losing life left and right. It's so not necessary. So not just random stuff because we let these people into the country. For what? For what reason?
Yeah, it's amazing. So another tragic story happening on the streets of New York City. And again, a couple visiting, an older couple. They're in their mid-50s, nearly 60, visiting the city probably for the first time. And this is what happens. This is what they get to leave with.
Yeah.
At least one of them leaves with. Just a sad, sad story.
Yeah.
Kevin, anything else?
Yeah. Well, the good news is this is in Florida, so this animal is about to be unemployed. Looks like a state attorney, Monique Worrell, she declined to prosecute a man who was... he's in front of some kids in a park, and how can I put this? All right, he wasn't getting a round of applause, so he was giving himself a hand. Can we do that?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's about as clean as I can make it, folks.
I'll take the check, please. Thank you.
And she decided not to prosecute him.
And what was the reason?
Well, I don't know the reason.
I saw her press conference.
Yeah, well, here's the reason. She's wearing a T-shirt in this photograph. She's at a Pride parade, and she's wearing a T-shirt that says diversity, equity, inclusivity, which means pedophilia.
Yeah.
At this point, it really does. So one of the 45 goals of communism is to, well, it said to normalize homosexuality and push degeneracy. We're well beyond that.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got we've got women with scrotums, and
that's the word of the day.
It had been a while. And that's just what this is. But this is in Florida. I will be shocked if this woman has a job on Monday morning.
Yeah. All right. And Paul, you said you saw the press conference?
I saw her presser talking about, he might have been immoral, but it's not illegal.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
That was what she said. It's not illegal to...
Yeah, I think it is illegal.
I think it is illegal, too.
Yeah.
Something about
just
indecent exposure, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Go try that in Iran.
Yeah.
They'll give you a hand. They'll cut it off.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Take a quick break. We'll be back. Join us in the chats. Stay there.
The like button.
Good music, Fran. It's pulling it out.
Yeah. How you guys doing? Hanging in there? Oh, I got two reads.
Two reads. So, do we want to get back to J6?
Yeah, we can get back to
that was
it.
a good transition to Comey, and then...
Yep.
Mary McDonald, good to see you. She's a big fan of KDJ and scrotums, I guess. Mary's saying some good comments about KDJ. She loves him.
She loves the chat?
She loves the chat. She likes KDJ. He's got a big fan. She likes the hair. Tuscan Downey Jr., we'll call him. Yes.
Gibby 834 in the Rumble. Pilas Tals Tapas. Dunlap at McGroin's in there. Doc Scal, Ordinary Passenger. Sergeant Arby with the KDJ props. Sergeant Arby.
Sarge is in there.
The Sarge has
Sarge?
got this sausage. Hey, guys, hit the like over there on the socials.
Yes, like and share, like and share.
We got to get that like going. We have 314 on. We only got 314. Oh, look at that. Just already got 315. Look at that. If you haven't hit it, hit it. Don't smash it. Just touch it.
Just give it a tap. Give it a tap.
Just give it a tickle.
Give it a little tap.
Give it a little
Gently
tickle.
graze it. Graze the like button. Tap it. Smash it. Kick it. We sure we could say scrotum on TV?
I'll find out later.
Yeah, he'll definitely find out later.
yes.
If he doesn't hear anything, yes.
Our attorneys are looking into that.
He should stick to nuts.
If you misspell it, you can say it.
Kevin, maybe nutsack is a little safer. Sack of nuts.
What was it?
See, they told me on the radio if it's a not even a medical term, but a body part, you can say it. But I can't say nutsack on radio.
No, you can't.
Oh, you can't say scrotum.
Well,
Yeah.
let's dial it back on the scrotums. I think we've had enough scrotums for tonight.
Sure. Yeah, they have. The guy behind the board has explained it to
Can
me.
you say
I went to
lamb shack?
nuts.com. I ordered one.
Can you say
I went to
lamb shack?
nuts.com and I ordered a nutsack.
Nothing.
Sack of nuts. We sorted.
Look at that. The first crowd ever to cheer a commercial. All right. Sound like the blues if you owe back taxes. I know nobody's clapping for that. And your returns are still unfiled or you forgot to file, you still have a chance. The October 15th deadline is fast approaching and time is running out. If you haven't gathered your documents yet or made any estimated payments, you could soon be targeted by the IRS. Boo! They can garnish your wages, freeze your bank accounts, and even seize your property, but there is help available. All you got to do is reach out to Tax Network USA. They're a nationwide tax firm that's helped thousands of taxpayers save over $1 billion in taxes, and they could help you. They filed hundreds of thousands of tax returns, assisted thousands in reducing their tax burdens, and they can help you as well. But don't wait, because time is running out. Visit tnusa.com. That's TN for Tax Network, USA.com/RAP, or call 800-905-8000 for a 100% free consultation. In one short call, the experts at Tax Network USA can guide you through some simple principles and determine how much you can save. But it's up to you. You got to take action before it's too late. Visit tnusa.com. That's tnusa.com/RAV, or call 1-800-905-8000. That's 1-800-905-8000 for Tax Network USA, tnusa.com. And if you're wondering how you're going to reach them, well, maybe your cell service sucks, right? Well, you realize there are many choices when it comes to cell service, and that's why we're here to tell you about Patriot Mobile. Here is the truth. There is only one that boldly stands in the gap for every American that believes in freedom, and that is worth fighting for, and that happens to be Patriot Mobile. For more than 12 years, Patriot Mobile has been on the front lines fighting for our God-given rights and freedoms while also providing exceptional nationwide cell service while accessing all 3 major networks. Switching is easy. You can activate in minutes from the comfort of your own home. Keep your own number as well. Keep your phone. You can upgrade, get it all with Patriot Mobile. Patriot Mobile's all U.S.-based support team is also standing by to take care of you. What you got to do? Reach out to them. Call them on your other service, because that's really great when you use Verizon or somebody else, and you call Patriot Mobile to switch over to them. 972-PATRIOT. That's 972-PATRIOT today, or go to patriotmobile.com/RAV. Use our promo code for a 1 free month of service. patriotmobile.com/RAV, or give them a ring, 972-PATRIOT, and make that switch today. Slick Rick, of course, he's got the Oddsmakers coming up at 9:30, but Vinnie Mac is here.
Oh, yeah.
He's got some stuff he's been talking about. He's been decompressing over.
Yeah.
Vin, what do you got for us?
Oh, boy. You know, I've been thinking a lot about Jimmy Kimmel.
Why?
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about Jimmy Kimmel. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking about him as a spokesperson for the left, and he's not supposed to be doing that. And as I thought about Jimmy Kimmel, I thought, well, how is it supposed to be done? What's the right way to do this? Well, I just figured in honor of the right way to do this, we're going to show clip 12 and see how it's done.
That's how it's done.
Having trouble divining this one? Yeah.
Sis boom ba.
Sis boom ba.
Describe the sound made when a sheep explodes.
That joke was
Oh, yeah. Ed loves this one.
The great Sarnak.
Yes.
But that's why we're watching these
We're
shows.
supposed to be watching.
This is why we're watching these shows. God bless Johnny Carson. I'm one of the biggest fans ever of Johnny Carson, but I'm also a fan of just good comedy like KDJ delivers to us on a regular basis, and just funny, not politics.
Right.
I don't want to see it. So I don't know. I just wanted to do that. I like to give Johnny Carson a shout out every once in a while.
That's
I did
good
not
stuff.
know that.
But you know what? What's a great point is that, you know, and we played a clip of Carson the other day talking about, he was talking to Mike Wallace about, you know, Wallace was asking him why you don't do more serious stuff, and he's like, "That's not my job. My job is to make people laugh."
No, that's what the entertainment business is turned upside down. Your job is to entertain. Stephen Colbert, the rest of them, many.
Yep.
Yeah,
Can't stand.
I mean,
See you later.
I mean, Kevin deals with this on a regular basis.
Absolutely. And I think these TV shows are nothing but propaganda mills.
Yeah,
that's
they're
what they are.
absolutely not. They're not there to entertain.
Nope.
Not
They're
anymore.
They're there to reinforce the echo chamber. That's it.
This is Operation Mockingbird TV. That's what this is. This is Operation Mockingbird TV, when you've got Colbert and Kimmel and all these other knuckleheads going up and just bashing Trump, bashing anything we stand for. I mean, that thing about the hospitals are full. You can't come in. You didn't get the COVID
you didn't get a shot, so you should go home and die. There's no joke there.
There's no joke. It was just attack, attack, attack. And I love all these idiots going, well, and then most of my friends are comedians. They're screaming, this is against free speech. And I said, look, he's never going to hire you. These shows only book. I'm not kidding. You got to be like a trans dudette from New Zealand or something. All they want is that. And they just come out and say, I'm trans.
Yeah.
And that's the whole set.
Yeah.
They're talking to each other. It's an insulated folk. But I have a couple of news stories I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
One is the shooter who tried to shoot the ICE agents in Texas there. He
In Dallas.
wound up killing, an illegal immigrant. Can you imagine this? I mean, just talk about just a horrific thing. Well, they have that app that CNN actually publicized. That's how this guy found where ICE was, using an app that identifies where ICE agents are. First of all, that should just be illegal. Imagine having an app that says where police officers are, and you want to arrive at 7-Eleven, and they're like 10 blocks away. I'm going to go to 7. That's just wrong and illegal to begin with. But to have a killer, a shooter, a sniper, being able to use something that the freak show over at CNN is talking about and promoting through that discussion. Yeah, they probably heard that and downloaded it. So they found that that's how we found the ICE agents. I think it's reprehensible, and whoever made this app, it needs to be taken off these services. It's absolutely crazy. The one good news I do have is the DOJ is now getting prosecutors involved and going after George Soros and looking into George Soros' fund.
A ton.
And as I was talking about earlier, when they go after someone like George Soros and they get the third or fourth in command, or maybe they get George,
right.
There's discovery that's going to go through that. We're going to find all the minions that have been behind the scenes working with George Soros and calculating and collaborating all of the bad things that have happened, all these pre-planned, protests and so on and so forth. And I'm wondering, look, it's been 8-9 months here with the Trump administration. Like, that had to be one of the first targets. Is this guy, because behind the scenes they're causing all of these problems. I'm glad they're doing it now. So yeah, harumph.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah,
big time.
So just to add to that, designating Antifa a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
Now they're going to add. You mark my words. They'll add international terrorist organization because the funding is coming from around the world. Once that happens, it changes the legal game. So I think his days are numbered. I really think they will find a way to keep his money out of America.
They have to find the money trail. It's the number one thing of all of this, by the way. All these politicians get a lot of money, but who said this on social media? Greta Garbo, you get $250 for showing up at a protest. They're paying him so if you're a kid or whatever, and you want to go make $250, you'll go, you'll dress up, you'll act like a lunatic.
Some of these protesters are making 70, 80 grand a year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kevin needs a new agent.
I've been doing this for free.
Well, another story I saw regarding money is, that Obama's got a library he's putting up?
Yes.
And all this money's coming into the Obama library, which will have one book, How to Hate America, I think is basically what they're going to have.
Exactly.
The money coming in is being funneled now to outside groups like this. It's running through the Obama library to these outside sources. They just identified this, and obviously they're looking into it. So it just never stops. It's rampant with all of them.
And again, it's always the money trail. Got to follow the money, as they say. Speaking of which, money is on the line coming up next. The Oddsmakers, Slick Rick, Aaron, and our guest Eddie Brown from downtown. We don't know what town it is, but he's going to be joining us after the break. Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night. Oddsmakers next. Stay there.
Only fannies.
Oh, I see this. What Chris Wallace, right? Yeah. Guy's the master. But that's how they all used to be like that.
Hi, Eddie. Can you hear us okay?
Nobody played like this because they didn't want to lose half their audience.
Yeah.
Yeah. He says it exactly as it should be. He'd be embarrassed with
Why am
Jimmy
I getting
Kimmel,
no audio?
Stephen Colbert. He
No,
would
they
be,
don't-
yeah,
no,
well,
we-
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. But he would be
this.
like, they should not have shows.
Hold on.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Eddie, one more time.
Even Jay Leno.
We'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, but it's not supposed to.
He was the Godfather, man. He was. Yeah.
Did you
Good
see
stuff.
Jay Leno said some stupid stuff about Kirk?
People don't
Jay Leno's
understand Charlie
usually
Kirk.
not on that side of the nonsense.
If they just took the time to watch any of Charlie Kirk's videos that are just, first of all, they're educational. It's like going to school, watching him talk about basic stuff, factually.
And
Eddie, just
not
give
so
us a 10
basic.
count real
Like he would
quick.
talk about Mises Institute. He would talk about like legit economists.
Legit economists, like
yeah,
the real
like
guys.
Murray Rothbard. That's some heavy duty stuff. I've read Rothbard. Hayek is like a lower.
Yeah.
These Austrian economics
needed
are
to
really
go to
where like these kids should be reading. And he would ask these kids, "Oh, you're an eco major?
Eddie,
Have
can
read
you just
these
talk real
people?"
fast so we can make sure we can hear
that means
you?
you're getting an indoctrination,
Yeah.
not an education. Meanwhile, they're all reading Marx or Gordon Woods.
His point is really well taken, right? They're following these left-wing, hardcore, progressive
on, mute them 1
books
second,
and leaders.
And Marx, by the way.
Eddie, one more time, give us a 10 count, please. If you just count to 10 for me. Yeah, we're not getting any audio. But I see it on Zoom.
Yeah, it's coming in.
But it's not.
Is it too low? Put it the line level.
One more time, Eddie. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh my God, it's literally not working.
And you.
Yeah, but it's literally not working now.
Nothing changed.
Yeah, it's on.
He's just not going into it.
All right, we can't do it. Oh my goodness.
No, we can't go. No.
All right, turn my mic off.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Thank you so much for joining us, man. We got a lively, loud crowd here tonight.
Wow.
We appreciate it.
Great
Thank you guys
Patriots.
for coming out.
Love it. Thank you.
We got a couple here from Kansas. They're sitting over behind
Kansas?
Vin. Where's the couple from Kansas? They're somewhere here.
Hey,
give us a wave.
nice.
There you are.
Wow.
Visiting from Kansas. We've got Staff
They're not in
Sergeant.
Kansas anymore. They know that.
We got Staff Sergeant Chris over there with the hat on in the back row, just visiting from the area. His mom Phyllis is a big fan. She's going to be, what is she going to be, 82 you said? 82, 83? Port Charlotte, Florida. Is she going to be 82, 83? Her birthday, you said, is coming up. October. So her birthday's coming up in a little bit, so she's going to be celebrating a birthday. Thank you to her for watching us down in Port Charlotte.
Rick.
We
Port
had a
Charlotte,
military
Florida.
lawyer in here, too. Where's that military lawyer at?
We got a bunch of military guys. Thank you for your service, everyone. We appreciate it. And again, it is
Guy.
there he is.
Guy Leggio, yep. That's right. Thank you, service guy.
So very good. We got a lot of great people in the audience, a lot of great Patriots. So thank you. We appreciate it. We've got Oddsmakers coming up in just a few minutes, but we do have breaking news. Kevin Downey Jr. found this. He texted it to everybody here. Well, at least us. One of our favorite Trump attorneys is now having some more problems. We're talking about Fat Fannie Willis.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear it for her.
Yeah.
The Justice Department has issued a subpoena for her travel records. The district attorney in Fulton County, Georgia, who pursued that BS racketeering case against President Trump, is now under further investigation. According to the Times, New York Times, they reported the revelation late today, citing a federal grand jury subpoena. Investigators have sought documents related to her trips abroad around the time of the 2024 election. Maybe she was picking up some cash. I don't know. Scope of the investigation wasn't immediately known, nor it's clear whether Willis was the target of the inquiry or whether she'll face charges. But there's more. I guess they're digging around. Like Vin said, as soon as you start peeling away these layers, this stuff starts to fall. It's like they pulled one thread, and all of a sudden you're standing there with nakedness.
That's all they need to do.
Woo! Right?
That's all they need to do. And, you know, I'm pro-nudity when it comes to them. Right? Pro-nudity.
I don't know about Fannie Willis.
Only Fannies.
Salad what?
Salad Dodgers.
Salad Dodgers. Yeah, Salad Dodgers, they call them.
Yeah, I want to thank Patriot Donna for sending that in. And you're right, Rick. You know, when I was a kid, there was a game called Kerplunk.
Yeah.
Where you would pull the thing out and there'd be one marble. Then before you know it, boom, they're all coming down.
Right, they all come down.
That's what's happening.
So we'll see what happens. We'll keep an eye on this story. Could be another embarrassing thing
So I can
attached
out-fat you.
to.
I can out-fat you.
Really?
Right now. Yeah.
All right.
Pritzker has decided that he's not going to He's not going to take the CDC's advice anymore. He's
going to take Tylenol?
I mean, he's not going to take, I'm sorry, the FDA's advice. Only the CDC's. He's not trusting American government.
No.
So, so we're going to all follow his diet.
So Governor Pritzker.
He's the picture of health.
Yeah.
He really is.
Yeah, he makes Chris Christie look like a Chippendale.
He's number 3 with a large Coke, I believe he is.
All right. We are ready now for the first edition of the America Warehouse version of Oddsmakers on a Friday night. Let's see the roll there, Aaron. Let's kick it off. Time for the Oddsmakers. Slick Rick, Aaron, and special guest Eddie Brown downtown. What town are you from, Eddie Brown? Welcome to the program. How are you tonight, sir?
Good. I'm doing great, guys. I live in South Carolina now, in Leesville, South Carolina.
All right.
Nice.
And what makes you think you're going to do so well against these two crack pickers?
Well, after watching them for these last few years, I think I'm going to be fine.
It's pretty easy.
Okay, so he's basing it on your stellar record, Slick.
Yeah, nice track record there, bro.
Pickers?
Yeah, crack picker. He's like, well, we won't go down that road.
It's like 20
Just when I thought scrotum was going to give us a problem.
Well, you never know. Depends on what you're picking. Anyhow, let's get it kicked off. Slick's going to do his first pick of the night of the Oddsmaker. Slick, which game are you picking, and who do you got?
Well, week 5, NCAA. We're going to go college for one game, and I'm going to do 3 pro games. I'm going to go to the big game tomorrow night, 7:30 on ABC. Georgia Bulldogs and Alabama the Tide. And I'm going to roll with Georgia, and I'll tell you why. They're giving 2.5 points, Rick. That's the spread. And I'm going with number 5 Georgia over number 17 Bama, even though Georgia hasn't won a home game against Bama in 22 years. So they do, I think. So that's where I'm going. Gunnar Stockton, their quarterback, 721 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, and another 124 on the ground, plus 3 more touchdowns rushing. I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with the smart coaches and Kirby Smart over DeBoer. I think they're going to beat Bama. So give me Georgia laying 2.5.
All right, very good. So your first pick coming out of college, Georgia Bulldogs, and that their quarterback they were worried about this year, but he seems to be doing pretty well for them.
Stockton's good.
Filling in for Carson Beck, who's departed. Aaron, who are you going with your first pick?
Hey, I'm going to take Penn State over Oregon. I believe the line is still 3.5. They're playing at home. Yes.
All right.
I'm going with Penn State. I think they're going to show off tomorrow, even though both offenses are pretty potent. Penn State knows how to do 2 things: protect the ball and limit their penalties. So we should see a lot of long drives from them as long as they can control the tempo of the game with their ground attack. I don't think the Ducks stand a chance.
All right, very good. So Aaron's staying in college as well with Slick, going with Penn State over Oregon. And finally, let's get to our odds makers from South Carolina, downtown Eddie Brown. Woo. Who's your first pick, Eddie?
All right, my first pick is going to be Syracuse and Duke. I'm going with Syracuse, giving up the 4.5.
Syracuse over Duke?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, and where are they playing? Are they playing in Syracuse or in North Carolina?
In Syracuse.
They're playing in Syracuse. So you're going with the home dog. All right.
In the Carrier Dome.
Very good. So we've got Eddie Brown's first pick. He's going in college as well. First pick college all around for all 3 pickers. Let's go with Slick. What's your second pick of the game?
All right, to the NFL. Week 4 already. Unbelievable. First month of football almost over. 4:05. I'm going to go Rams over the Indianapolis Colts. I like the Rams. They're at home, SoFi and Inglewood. And I think after that stunning collapse last week against Philly, where they lost that game, I think they're going to take care of Indiana Jones there. Danny Dimes is going to make Trump change, and I think they're going to pull that game out without a problem. I think it's over. He's going to enter the Temple of Doom this weekend, and I like the Rams laying the 3.5 over Indiana.
All right, very good. So pick number 2, Slick's going with the Rams over the Colts. Aaron, who do you got for pick number 2?
Slick, I think you took my notes from me because I'm also taking the Rams over the Colts minus 3.5. I think you said the line was correct?
Yes, 3.5, correct.
Yeah, I think the Rams are going to roll here. Indiana Jones, this is where the winning stops for him. The Eagles completely... they really had to come back last week against the Rams. The Rams completely controlled that game, and I think they're going to turn it around this week. They're currently 5th in total offense in the league. Their defense is only allowing 103 yards on the ground per game, which is where I think Danny Dimes is going to end up losing this game. He's going to have to win this game through the air, and that's not going to happen.
All right, very good. So Aaron also picking against the Colts. And finally, Eddie Brown, who do you got?
Well, you might as well make it a threesome, guys, because now I'm going with the Rams over the Colts.
It's a Friday night. Let's go.
Man. So Eddie Brown is sticking around with Aaron and Slick on this.
Yeah,
one.
I think. Yeah. I think Daniel Jones preseason's over. It's over for him.
That's it. Those dimes are getting cashed in.
Very good. So we got all three picking the Rams over the Colts. Let's go with pick number 3. Slick, who do you got?
425. We're going to go to Vegas. The Raiders are hosting the Bears. And the Bears look good. They whooped up on my Cowboys last week. And the Bears are getting 1 point. And I don't know, Pete Carroll, I'm not really sure. Ever since he left the Jets, he hasn't been so good. A little bit with Seattle. But I think him and Ashton Genty, they got a little work to do. Tom Brady's a part owner, which I'm not too crazy about that either. But I'm going to go with Caleb Williams. I think he's going to show up big time, and they're going to win that game. Also looking for Bears running back DeAndre Swift to break out. I need him. He's in my fantasy league. So Bears +1 over the Raiders.
All right, so Slick is going with the Bears over the Raiders. Aaron, who you got for your third pick?
I'm going to a 425 game as well, but we're going to Kansas City. I'm going to take Kansas City over Baltimore +2.5 at home. I believe the line is still +2.5.
Okay.
Kansas City, I think they're going to start to turn it around. They beat the Giants at MetLife Stadium, as Slick likes to say, last Sunday. Saw it in person. Stadium. And I always find it a little fishy when Kansas City gets the points at home. They're going against a Ravens defense that's allowing the most yards per game this season so far at 415. And they're 3-4 on the road in their last 7. All 4 of those were losses.
All right, very good. So Aaron's going to go with the Kansas City Chiefs over the Baltimore Ravens. Finally, Eddie Brown, who's your third pick in this round?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Washington, the Commanders over the Falcons. And that, I just think JD's going to be running all over the place on them. He's going to have a great game. I like his game. He's a good quarterback, smart quarterback.
All right, very good. So
I like that pick.
Third pick is Washington over Atlanta, and that's who Eddie Brown's going to go with. He's picking the Redskins. I'll call them the Redskins. Round number 4, Slick. Who do you got to close out this round of the Oddsmakers?
Well, I'm going to go to Santa Clara, California. Not that I'd ever want to go there, but anyway, Levi Stadium, 405 Niners and Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars are in trouble, even with Travis Hunter, Trevor Lawrence. They're not getting it done. I think it's going to be a block party because Brock Purdy's coming back, their quarterback. They're laying 3 points over the Jaguars. I think they roll that game. Give me the Niners laying the 3 over the Jags.
All right, very good. He's going to take the Niners over the Jaguars out in California. That also plays to their advantage. They're playing at home.
Oh, yeah.
Aaron, who do you got in your last pick of the Oddsmakers this week?
We're going to Tampa Bay for my last game, and there's no way I'm taking Tampa Bay. I'm going to take the Eagles -3.5 on the road. They pulled off a massive comeback last week against the Rams, like we talked about earlier. And the Tampa Bay beat my Jets 29-27, the worst game so far for me this season. But it's their third straight week taking back the lead after trailing in the final minute of regulation. And they're without Mike Evans this week. They're without him for the next month for a hamstring injury. And they are 0-3 without Mike Evans. That's how they did last season on that. And I think they're going to go 0-1 without Mike Evans this season so far.
All right, so you're picking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to lose their first game of the season.
Yes.
Against the Philadelphia Eagles. Don't worry, I know what kind of degenerate you are, Aaron. We're good. We're good with our betting.
You're a jerk. Shut your mouth.
Let's finish up Oddsmakers with Eddie Brown's 4th round and final pick. Eddie, who are you going with?
I'm going to go with Houston on this one over the Titans.
Nice.
The Titans not showing anything. Houston, I think, is going to run it up on them. Stroud's going to have a great game. I think they have a better defense. They're going to shut them down. Titans really don't have anything. They're not showing anything this year, so.
Houston's -7.5.
But I do want to make a 5th pick, and I've been a Jet fan since 1967.
Sorry to hear that.
My God.
Yeah, I was born in Mastic Beach, and I grew up in Selden. Went to Newfield High School. I graduated.
Local guy.
There you go.
Love it.
So, I got a shout out to my girl Cindy and my kids. All my girls. They're in Knoxville in Florida. And that, so everybody, I got friends all over the place. I've lived in California. I lived in Pennsylvania, Florida, Tennessee. So
there you go, Eddie.
I got to give that shout out. And again, I just wanted to say another thing. I would like to see Aaron be out on that set with you guys sometime.
We'll bring her out sometime, Eddie Brown.
Bring that young lady out there. She's got a lot of smarts in her.
All right, very good. Eddie, thank you for joining us on this, the first edition on a Friday night.
All right. Appreciate it, guys. All right. Love you guys.
Eddie Brown from South Carolina shouting out his family on a Friday night. We got one more segment. We'll go around the room. Newfield Selden guy.
Eddie!
Look at that.
Eddie!
We'll do that all when we come back. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Let's hear it. Woo!
Thank you, Eddie.
Live in the
All
chat.
right.
There he is. Eddie, say hello to the crowd, Eddie. They can all see
Hey,
you.
how you doing, crowd? Hey, fellow Americans, love you guys. And here's what I got. Trump, baby, all the way.
Hey, Eddie, I got Aaron's Venmo account number.
There you go.
Oh, you jerks.
Love it.
I'll send it to you later.
All right.
What's that?
Thanks, Eddie. Good stuff.
He was late.
Yeah, what's the
All right,
line
you
on
guys
the
take care.
Syracuse game?
Oh, they're getting
See you
4.
later.
Okay.
All right, thanks, Eddie. Again,
Against Duke.
you can be a part of this too if you want. All you got to do is reach out because we're always looking
We
for
already
people.
picked the people.
We already picked the people. Everybody's picked for the entire season.
Yes.
There goes that
We did
idea.
a whole
There's a line out the
campaign
door
thing
for that.
it,
Is there
if
a
you paid
queue, like
attention.
in case somebody backs out? Do you got somebody as a backup?
I have some backups.
Awesome.
yes.
All right.
Who's talking about my Venmo down there?
Nobody.
Oh, it's Paul.
Paul Nolan.
Right, just like that. You throw me under the bus.
He's going to go on Only Fannies.
Are you spying on my history?
I looked over your shoulder the other night. Oh, man.
Only fannies.
Remember that? That first came out, I said that. Oh, it was funny. That was about a year ago. Oh,
That was while you were still in the trunk there.
That's still in the gulag.
Yeah,
you
were still in Damon's trunk.
You were a spare tire.
Watching 21 Jump Street, I believe it.
Yes,
Your
it's it.
favorite show.
Johnny
21,
Depp.
22 jump
I'll take Johnny Depp.
21 and a half. It's
like Ocean's
23,
11.
28. I'm up to 32 jump streets.
I love the end of the movie where they keep showing the sequels, the fake sequels. Brilliant.
What do we got? Oh, last segment.
All right,
Wow.
last segment
That went
coming up.
Did that go fast tonight for everybody?
Oh, man.
That was fast,
Yeah.
right? That was quick. I know.
You guys have been doing great. Thank you so much for coming out on a Friday night. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And make sure you take a lot of pictures of this place. It's always changing. Joe the Box is always adding stuff,
Yeah.
moving things around.
This is the most patriotic place in the planet.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It is. Top of the ninth, Mets are losing 6-2.
Oh, man.
And Cincinnati is up 3-1. Top
What
of the
about
sixth.
Toronto?
Yeah.
What's Toronto doing?
That's why I stick with Bocce. I don't need to
Toronto-
worry about any of this
Blue
stuff.
Jays are leading the Tampa Rays 4-2.
Yeah.
We need the Blue Jays to lose.
I think they're going to win, Rick, right now. It's top.
All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night, 103.9 LI News Radio, linewsradio.com. Our first successful Friday night Oddsmakers right here at the America First Warehouse. Again, Joe the Box, thank you so much for making tonight possible. As always, the great people here welcoming us and helping us put on a great show for you guys, people that are in the audience, people watching at home, of course. We're going to go around the room real quick. Let's kick things off with our own Kevin Downey Jr., who, if you haven't heard, has a radio show right here on 103.9. If you're in your car listening, you can also check that out. It's 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern each and every Monday through Friday. And you can also listen online, linewsradio.com. KDJ, what do you got going on?
Well, the news just keeps getting better. Looks like a retired New York City financier, once referred to as the right-hand man of George Soros, is now facing charges of abusing women in his sex dungeon.
Whoa. Whoa.
I'm sorry, secret sex dungeon.
Okay, better. That's
not a secret anymore. That's out of the bag.
Formerly secret dungeon.
So this guy's 70 years old, good friends with George Soros, and he's been tying up women, and he's been running a $1 million sex trafficking operation from his not-so-secret sex dungeon anymore. And I don't know. Guys, let me ask you: Is there a liberal who isn't a trafficker or a pedophile or a non-binary,
or at least thinking about becoming one?
Exactly.
Well, I was a liberal, but I didn't know there were sex dungeons involved.
I saw the sex dungeon on Zillow. I was looking, and it's a great listing. I'm shocked that they would do a listing like that. Yeah.
New sex dungeon.
It was a short sale.
3-bedroom apartment with sex dungeon, owned by a liberal and George Soros funder.
Yeah.
For free.
And what's happening with him? Has he been arrested? What's going on?
He's been arrested, for running this. Now, here's what I'm hoping beyond hope. I would love if someone went to this guy and said, look, we'll let you keep your gimps. We'll let you keep your dungeon. Just give us George Soros.
Yes. Well, that's what's going to happen, man.
Exactly.
That's part of that process.
That's what I'm wondering.
Right, because these people, they all realize they're small potatoes when it comes to some of the bigger names.
Yep.
And the bigger names are hoping they've paid them enough or have enough on them to be like, look, you're going to take this from me, and you're going to enjoy it every single second.
And it is the DOJ who busted him.
Right.
So, yeah, I think that's where I'm going. I think it's going to be a little...
Wait till there's discovery on this guy. Not necessarily the sex dungeon, but on this guy's, workings with George. You know, this is what I mean. One little thing.
Yep.
One text message is all it's going to take, man, to go
and
after
all of a sudden,
people.
no more secret freaking sex dungeon.
Yeah.
Dr. Evil, for sure, man.
They flogged his account.
So remember, when it comes to Kevin Downey Jr., follow him online. Where can they find you?
Yeah. Oh, you can go to PJ Media, and the more of my stuff you read, the more bourbon I get to drink.
Ooh, nice.
Appreciate that. And, you can listen to the radio show worldwide at linewsradio.com. And that's about it.
All right, very good.
Thank you.
Paul Nolan also has some closing thoughts. What else has been on your radar there, Paul?
Well, I still wanted to talk about the Comey thing because I think this is a major, this is a major event. We need something to happen with Chris Wray or Mueller. We need to see somebody go down.
Right.
We need to see accountability somewhere in this, state-crafted apparatus of evil. Like these people have gotten away with murder. We're looking at really 15 years of just completely heinous behavior. So that was, to me, such an important thing. And the January 6th thing, if we can, if our team, if our guys can please give us some kind of arrest, some accountability, get some control whatsoever over this deep state and all these dirty players, I just feel like there'll be a lot of hope going forward, especially in the wake of what happened to Charlie. We're seeing so many young kids and so many chapters at Turning Point. If we can get some justice to follow, that's going to be such a boost of hope to these kids who have been really fully dejected by a system that doesn't serve them whatsoever. So, other than that, I had a lot of fun tonight. Thanks, guys.
And amazing, too. When you talk about the revival that's been going on with this country ever since Charlie was assassinated, you also, with these arrests and these indictments, you hope that people start to see, oh, look, there is a light. You know what? We can get on board with this. We don't have to worry about being dejected all the time and thinking these scumbags get away with everything. Maybe they won't.
Right. Finally, we'll actually see a level justice system because right now there's 3 or 4 levels of justice in this. Middle-aged working guy. He runs a traffic light. He's doing 4 years.
Yeah.
These guys embezzle $70 billion, and it's like that $300 fine.
Right. Yeah.
We're so sick of it. So let's see some accountability.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great point. Accountability is the next piece of this puzzle. Finally, Vinnie Mac, what do you got?
I was watching Netanyahu at the UN.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Talking about Israel. But there's stuff to talk about there. But I then watched a video by Charlie Kirk. And I don't know. I just can't get enough of his videos. And he was discussing Israel with some student and saying, I went there. I saw where Jesus was born. I saw where this other thing happened. I saw where this happened. I experienced, and he went through story by story and where it happened and how magical and amazing it is, right? To describe to this young student who's been trained and conditioned just hate Israel for no reason. Like, they don't really have a reason. That's just to hate them. And to hear Charlie talk about it, I would recommend to everybody, go find that video. It is outstanding. Like every video, by the way, he has out there. He is an MBA in life. All of his videos together, Damon's at Parents' Weekend. He's spending his life savings to send the kid to college. Just watch Charlie Kirk videos because they cover everything. But I was so touched by it. Yeah. And then I saw Netanyahu having to deal with, all these clowns that are walking out on his speech because he's saying a Palestinian state's just not going to work. It's never worked. It's not going to work. It's ridiculous to even talk about it. Australia and France. How about crossing a line and screwing us?
Right.
And everyone else doing this. But it did remind me in a positive way what he had to say. And I think I just wanted to talk about that because I want to share with everybody his thoughts about how special Israel is. And we should all look at that video. It's amazing. So that's about it.
All right, very good. If people want to follow you, maybe you can find that thing and post it. People can find it on what? Where are you on?
Yeah,
Facebook?
I'm on
Facebook starting fights with people?
Just think, Vinnie Mac, and we go. Yes. Now I'm on Facebook, Vincent Buda. I'm on X, Buda Vincent. So you can follow me. I'll put it up there. Yeah. I shared it a few times, so I'll put it out there if you want to see. I'll put it on LFS 6B.
All right, very good. Finally, Slick Rick, one more round around the scoreboard.
Well, I just wanted to say to Paul, I'm glad they got rid of that Suffolk County, the red light camera, because 4 years for running a light, they won't catch me anymore. Good stuff there. Baseball scores, the Mets have lost. That game just went final. They fell 6-2 earlier tonight to Florida.
What a shock.
Cincinnati up 3-1 there in the top of the sixth, looking to win that game. Yankees, of course, 8-4, looking to advance. They're beating the Orioles. So we'll see. We'll probably have a complete wrap-up. And the Blue Jays did win tonight. They beat the Rays 4-2. So Yankees are trying to get that first place spot. It's going to be tough. All right. We'll have a full report on Monday. NFL. We'll recap the Oddsmakers. And, of course, we'll have an update. 7:10 a.m. Get up. Get your golf clubs ready. That's the second day of the Ryder Cup. That's tee-off time.
All right. Very good, Slick. And thank you for that. And, again, Slick Rick Sports brought to you by Mike Lindell's MyPillow. Hey, Aaron, let's fire up cut number 6 and finish this out the right way with President Trump saluting during the national anthem. We played at the top of the show, but check it out. We'll go out with this. Check this out. Cut number 6. Bravest, Brian Robinson from the New York City Fire Department singing the national anthem at the Ryder Cup today. Thank you to everybody for watching. As always, we salute our military, active and retired, our first responders, EMTs, firefighters, police, ICE, Border Patrol, everybody working the front line. Thank you so much. Everybody here in the America First Warehouse, thank you so much for joining us. Slick Rick, Vinnie Mac, Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan, Aaron and Fran in the booth, and of course everybody watching at home and in the chats. Thank you so much for a great Friday night, live from the America First Warehouse and 103.9 LI News Radio. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday. Peace.